Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about my favorite Scream movies. I have not seen the fifth one yet. I do plan on watching it, but I don't want to watch it at the movie theaters for different reasons. Um, I'm gonna wait down the line, but it might be hard over time to try to avoid, the movie being spoiled by people posting it on YouTube and social media. So, and I also look at it as a challenge. I might just like not be on the internet as much for a while because I really want to see how this movie plays out. Um, and the audio, because I use when I make my videos, I haven't made a video in a while, but I use a voice changer app to use this, and I have to figure out how a way to use a camera. I don't know how to use a professional camera and things like that. I gotta look into that, but I'm just working with what I have, and the audio might not be as good, but this is what I have, so far. And this is the this is the app that I can use so I can have a thumbnail in the video, and sometimes the thumbnails don't look as defined. It looks kind of blurry. But it is what it is. This is what I have so far until I learn how to edit things and use a camera and things like that. But I want to talk about my favorite Scream movies. Obviously, the first one is the best one. I think it is definitely the best one. It was a great starter, and I've seen this movie over and over. My auntie, she used to have this movie on all the time. And when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I used to watch it over and over until last year. When I was younger, I barely remember the second one, but I definitely knew the first one, but I barely remember the second one. And last year, I think, obviously 2021, and maybe 2020, but I think it was in 2021 when I start to fully really see the second one, Scream 2, and I remember like some of the details. It was surprising when I found out that it was Mickey, when I found out that he was the killer. But I think I barely remember Mrs. Loomis. I think I remember her being revealed as one of the Ghostface. I barely remember her, but I definitely didn't remember Mickey being the killer. Two, I think it's close between the first one and the second one, but the first one, it's the better. It's the better if you compare those two movies. The first one is the better of the two, but the second one is a phenomenal movie as well to me, and to a lot of people as well. But when it comes to I wasn't shocked really. I was surprised with Mickey, and I remember Mrs. Loomis. I barely remember Mrs. Loomis being the killer. But the third one, people don't really like this one as much, but I think it's a good movie, and I think most people will agree on that. Some people would say it's mediocre, but I would actually give it a good movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's watchable. Maybe not as much as the second or the first one, but it is pretty watchable. I think all of the Scream movies are watchable. The third one with Roman, I I was surprised. I wouldn't say I was shocked, but he was barely in the movie. He was in it, but he was barely in it. But I was kind of surprised when it was him. At first, when I first seen it, I didn't recognize him because he was wearing glasses a couple of times throughout the movie. So I was like, okay, that's Roman. At first, I didn't recognize him the first time I seen it, but it's a good movie. I think some of the characters, stereotypical, but like the minor characters. But obviously, the third movie with uh, Sydney, Dewey, and Gail, and Sydney is obviously she's my favorite character. Not just because she's like the main character, but she really is my favorite character. And next to her is Dewey. I love Dewey. But the third one, good movie. The fourth one, I think is, I don't know if, well, I think it's underrated in comparison to the first two because I think, and I do think most people would probably put it in the third, as the third best Scream movie. And obviously people have seen the new one, so they might, they might switch which one they think is better. And they might switch the order, of course, but like, I think the fourth one, when Jill when it turned out that she was the killer, I was, I was shocked. I was shocked. Like, and that just really just blew my mind when I found out that she was the killer. And I would just say that I was surprised when it was Charlie, but I was shocked when it was Jill. So, and I think this, the characters were good. Kirby was a good character. Um, good characters. I think it was a very good movie. I would say Scream 4 is a very good movie. I think the first two were great movies. Probably Scream 1, I would probably say is an exceptional movie, and I would say Scream 2 was a great movie. Exceptional to me, it just means that it's a higher level of great, So I think that the first one was exceptional, probably. It's hard for me to give, to say something's exceptional, but it probably is close to exceptional versus the second one. The second one is a great movie, though. Both of the first two were phenomenal movies. The third one, good movie. Fourth one, very good movie. But yeah, I do, though that's my order. I think it's the first one, number one, the second one, number two, the fourth one, number three, and the third one, number four. I do think it's debatable between the second one and the fourth one, even though, because I think that the fourth one is a borderline great movie, but I give the slight edge to Scream 2. But I do think that's debatable between the second one and the fourth one. So from that standpoint, the fourth one is underrated. It's underrated from that standpoint in comparison to the first two, because I think most people agree that the first two were the best. So yeah, man, the fourth one, very underrated. I wouldn't say very underrated. No, it's a somewhat underrated movie in comparison to the first two. So yeah, it's underrated. I would say yeah, it's an underrated movie. But I do think it's comparable to the second one. I just give the slight edge to the second one. Because sometimes my opinions, it change over time. It changes. My perspective change, and I might upgrade the fourth one and call it a great movie. I might call it that one day. But as of right now, I think it's a very good movie, borderline great. But as of right now, I just can't call it great as of now. But the second one, great movie. First one, borderline exceptional. But I would say it's like probably a very great movie, like the first one. Borderline exceptional. But that's my order. If I had to rank which Scream movies that I think is the better. And I look forward to seeing the fifth one. I look forward to it. And it all leads up to, I wouldn't say all, but I saw some videos and people were saying that Dewey's going to be the one who's going to be the one who get killed off. And Dewey's my second favorite character, and I would hate to see that, but they have prepared us for that. And for the people who already seen it, they know what happened, whether he lived or died, whether he was killed. But I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so but I expect that. I think that's the one that I'm going to be like, even when it happens, I'm going to be like, okay, I expected this, but it's still going to hit me. It's going to be kind of like emotional, but at least I know I'm prepared for it. It's not like shocking. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm a big fan of the Scream franchise. I've been watching it ever since I was a kid. And so yeah, just wanted to make a video about it. Peace out.